Hello, you're watching the English News Bulletin on QPVN channel. I'm Nguyen, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. National Assembly passes 3 major laws. Vietnam and Japan beef up defense cooperation. Exhibition marking 65 years of Vietnam-Cuba relations opens. The 10th session of the 15th National Assembly continued on the afternoon of December the 5th under the chair of its chairman, Trần Thanh Mẫn, in which many important contents were discussed. General Secretary Tô Lâm attended the session.
With the majority of deputies voting in favor, the National Assembly passed the amended law on judicial expertise, the amended law on enforcement of civil judgments, and the amended and supplemented law on judicial records. Discussing the draft amended and supplemented law on citizen reception, the law on complaints, and the law on denunciations, the deputies highly appreciated the addition of online citizen reception, as well as the requirements for the chairman of the People's Committee at the commune level to directly receive citizens at least 2 days a month. However, it is also necessary to consider supplementing regulations on arranging professional support forces and ensuring security and order. The same day, the National Assembly also discussed the draft law on specialized courts at the International Financial Center.
During his working visit to Japan and co-chairing the first 2+2 diplomacy defense dialogue at the deputy ministerial level, Sing Lieutenant General Huang Sen-chien, Deputy Minister of National Defense, paid a courtesy visit to Japanese Minister of Defense Koizumi Shinjiro.
Japanese Minister Koizumi Shinjiro expressed his joy at witnessing the continuous promotion of Vietnam-Japan defense cooperation, reaping great achievements. Deputy Minister Huang Sen-chien highly lauded the effective support of the Japanese Ministry of National Defense for the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense in programs on enhancing capacity in such areas as underwater mine clearance, undersea medicine, air rescue, cybersecurity, overcoming the consequences of war or maritime security. He hoped that the Japanese minister would voice his support to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, and relevant agencies of Japan to pay attention to promoting cooperation with the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense in the field of overcoming the post-war consequences, especially mine clearance projects and supporting equipment for dioxin decontamination. The host expressed his support and hoped that the two sides would actively strengthen cooperation in traditional and new fields, where both sides have potential, strengths, and needs, in which Japan is ready to cooperate in the defense industry with Vietnam. He also said that he really looks forward to visiting Vietnam in the near future. Earlier, Deputy Minister Huang Sen-chien and his Japanese counterpart Kano Kochi signed a letter of intent on training cooperation and an MOU on search and rescue. These are important documents accelerating cooperation in the defense relations between the two sides in the coming time.
The Ministry of National Defense Initiative Commendation Council had a working session on the afternoon of December the 5th to consider commending ministry-level initiatives in the 2025. Accordingly, in the past year, the Standing Office of the Ministry of National Defense Initiative Commendation Council received 221 initiatives from 19 agencies and units in the whole military, spanning across the 5 fields of technical assurance, logistics, medical and pharmaceutical assurance, defense production, education and training, operational management, and digital transformation. Based on the appraisal of the specialized groups, the Council's chapters at grassroots level agreed on the appraisal results and proposed to the Council for commendation. 159 projects were commended, including 10 first prizes, 25 second prizes, and 60 third prizes, and 64 consolation prizes. The Standing Office has proposed to award certificates of merit from the Minister of National Defense to 95 main authors of the award-winning initiatives, as well as collectives and individuals with outstanding achievements in initiatives. Comprehensive digital transformation across all operations, renewed contents and formats, and high-quality live broadcast were reviewed at the Conference on 2025 Performance and Emulation Movement and the Orientation for 2026 of the Army Broadcasting Center held on December the 5th.
In 2025, the Center advanced digital and multi-platform communication while promoting major campaigns celebrating national and military milestones. Its programs vividly showcased military and defense tasks, the spirit of Uncle Ho's soldiers in training, combat readiness, disaster response, and search and rescue missions. Large-scale live broadcast using modern technology earned strong public recognition, reaffirming the center's position as the military's leading media agency. In 2026, the center will further enhance the quality, timeliness, and interactivity of defense communication, prioritize flagship programs, accelerate digital transformation, and continue innovating contents, formats, and production processes across all platforms. Many new programs will highlight effective models, creative practices, and exemplary service throughout the armed forces.
In Guangzhou, China, on December the 5th, delegations of the Vietnam Border Guard and China's Border Defense Force held talks to review cooperation since 2023. Both sides praised the steady progress in information sharing, coordinated border management, and joint efforts against illegal crossings and transnational crime, contributing to strengthening security and order along the Vietnam-China border. They agreed to further expand friendly exchanges, enhance high-level delegation exchange, strengthen coordination between border representatives, and extend twinning activities between border checkpoints, training institutions, and bordering communities. The two sides also reaffirmed timely information sharing and closer cooperation in combating transnational crime. Coming up next, Vietnam's peacekeepers provide essential medical aid to refugees in South Sudan. Exhibition marking 65 years of Vietnam-Cuba relations opens. In response to the World AIDS-Day Action Month, the Level 2 Field Hospital Rotation 7 in South Sudan partnered with local authorities to provide medical checkups, counseling, and essential health support for nearly 200 residents at a refugee camp in Unity Division, Bantu. For the first time, the hospital took on the role of coordinating the entire medical effort, mobilizing military medics, civilian health workers, and humanitarian organizations across the division for a large-scale community outreach program. Residents receive free HIV/AIDS testing, general health consultation, early screening for common diseases, and guidance on preventing infection. The hospital also produced and distributed over 500 informational leaflets on HIV/AIDS prevention, along with more than 200 essential care packages. Digital transformation in Laos has accelerated in recent years, becoming a top government priority in modernizing governance, improving public services, and developing the digital economy. In this journey, Star Telecom, or Unitel, a symbol of Laos-Vietnam cooperation, has emerged as a core force shaping digital infrastructure and platforms for e-government and the digital society.
With only a mobile device, Ms. Fulazi Nunsifong can now use the Lao Health app to book medical appointments and receive remote consultations, saving significant time and travel. Booking appointments has become extremely convenient. Sometimes I just schedule it in the morning and can already have an online consultation with the doctor by early afternoon. The Lao Health and Hospital Information System developed by the Unitel are now used in several hospitals, including Lao People's Army Central Hospital 103, helping digitalize procedures and reduce paperwork. Lao Health is one of the most advanced platforms Unitel has deployed. It is especially beneficial for people in remote areas and supports the development as a one-stop hospital model in Laos. As Unitel expands its digital platform, a national digital ecosystem is gradually forming, enabling seamless services across healthcare, education, payments, tourism, and public administration. In recent years, Unitel has stood alongside the Lao Party and government to advance digital transformation. We focus on three main pillars of nationwide digital infrastructure across all 18 provinces, data platforms, and an internal cloud system, building a solid foundation for Laos' digital shift. In the digital era, cooperation between Laos and Vietnam in information technology and telecommunication continues to build a strong foundation for shared progress, a partnership shaping a modern, efficient, and inclusive digital future for Laos.
On December the 5th, the exhibition Loyal Affection officially opened in Hanoi. The event was held by the Vietnam Fatherland Front Museum, the Vietnam Women's Museum, the Embassy of Cuba in Vietnam, the Forever 25 Club, and Media 21 Company Limited, marking 65 years of Vietnam-Cuba diplomatic relations.
In the quiet and emotional atmosphere of the exhibition, memories of the old days come alive in every photo and document. For many people, especially former Vietnamese students in Cuba, this is not only a cultural event, it is a journey back to their youthful years and their deep affection for Cuba. Walking past the photos brings back so many things about Cuba from the distant past, from the days we cut the sugar cane and joined activities showing solidarity with Cuba and with Vietnam. Seeing these images is truly touching. When I think about Cuba, the first thing is their affection for Vietnam. In difficult times, they always helped and supported Vietnam's struggle. Not everyone could do that. This has stayed with me all my life. More than 200 precious photos and documents at the exhibition show the 65-year journey of Vietnam-Cuba friendship. From the hard years of war to the path of building and developing today, this relationship has been preserved and seen as a model of international solidarity. We are deeply moved by the organization of the Faithful Affection exhibition. The exhibition showcases many valuable photos, documents, and artifacts that vividly reflect the profound historical depth of Vietnam-Cuba relationship. Today, we are witnessing a concise yet a powerful expression of the strong brotherhood between our two peoples, a relationship nurtured by President Ho Chi Minh and President Fidel Castro, and cherished and strengthened over time by generations of leaders and citizens of both countries. We firmly believe that in the years ahead, the Vietnam-Cuba relationship, one that has endured through time, will continue to uphold the sincere bond, the pure affection, and the steadfast loyalty between our two nations, which, though geographically distant, grow ever closer in our hearts, in our trust, and our everlasting friendship. Thank you, Vietnam. As part of the event, an exchange program was also held with individuals who have spent many years connected to Cuba, such as director Nguyễn Hà Tiệp, one of the directors of the film Two Hearts Beat as One, and Phương Song Liên, a former student of the Agricultural University of Havana. Each story offered an authentic and heartfelt perspective, helping to inspire greater appreciation for the Vietnam-Cuba friendship, especially among the younger generation. I feel very proud to take part in the exhibition celebrating the 65th anniversary of the Vietnam-Cuba relations. The photos and stories have helped me better understand the faithful friendship between the two peoples. As a student, I believe that I should help preserve and spread this friendship. This exhibition has inspired me in my studies and made me realize that I have a responsibility to contribute to the strong and lasting relationship between our two countries in the future. 65 years, a journey of faithful affection and solidarity that has overcome all differences in distance and circumstance. The Faithful Affection exhibition not only tells the story of the past, but also reminds us of the responsibility to carry forward this tradition, nurturing the Vietnam-Cuba friendship so it continues to grow sustainably in the years ahead.
And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch news again at QPVN.vn. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.